go.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name's Gabby.
I'm Tim.
And Tim, what do you do here?
I'm the general manager of the dealership.
And also YouTube personality.
Not really. There's no one else to do it, so I'm here.
Anyway, today is the last Friday of the month, which we like to save for a live Q&A. Now, every single day of the week, we typically do a live car walkthrough, and whether it's a Kia vehicle or a Hyundai vehicle, we are the Kia Hyundai channel after all, we go over everything there is to know about our cars, and oftentimes the videos can get pretty long.
Yes.
Which means we don't get to answer all of the questions that our viewers ask us during the live stream. So we dedicate this day just to do so. So if you guys have any car questions, ownership questions, purchasing a vehicle questions, we can answer them all because we're not just a YouTube channel, we are
a real car dealership.
And we actually have 3 car dealerships,
yes.
right, Tim? So Brantford Kia, that's where we film every day, and that's where Tim and I physically work, so you can find us over here. But we also have 2 Hyundai stores, Brantford Hyundai and Owen Sound Hyundai. So I just want to say hello to everyone who's already on. I see Brave Boy, John's on, MG's on, of course, all our regulars, and Christian too. The first question I've seen so far is, Tim, what's your favorite Tim bit?
Plain.
Oh,
plain ones. They're good.
That's so exciting.
I know.
Anyway.
I'm boring.
Let's see. There was a couple comments about Teddy. I had to do a default thumbnail, and it's the bear on the ground. If you're watching this in the future, and I've changed the thumbnail, number 1, good for me, but this is what we're looking at right now.
He needs to go to the dry cleaners.
He has definitely seen better days.
Yeah, it's a sad day.
All right. Tim, is there any talking points you want to mention to our viewers about, I guess, just where things are right now when it comes to inventory?
Yeah.
Do we have vehicles on the lot that we can actually sell?
Interesting. We had a conversation with a customer just today that we have about 35 cars on the lot right today. Obviously, EV6. We've got availability of EV6. EV9, we're obviously ordering. Seltos is getting better.
Yes.
But we have pre-sold a number of Seltos, so now we're in 25 Seltoses.
Yep.
Our VFOS, which is a Kia Canada thing.
We're coming to a point where we can actually get some of our most desirable vehicles.
Yes.
Not instantly, but with a much better timeline.
Yeah, better timeline for sure.
But there's definitely still, I think we talk about this in every single live Q&A kind of monthly recap we do when it comes to hybrids, like the Sportage hybrid and Sorento hybrid, that those are still not good when it comes to wait times.
We're just waiting.
We're still struggling over there.
Well, the interesting part is we're starting to do dealer trades again, which is the last thing I want to do.
Yeah.
But we've done dealer trades to local dealers, dealer trades close to Ottawa, and just shout out to Kitchener Kia. We just finished a Nero this afternoon with our friends at Kitchener Kia, which they've got a Nero customer, and we're happy to turn the car over to them.
Very interesting question. What happened to the Snowplow truck?
It's still out there.
It's still here. It is summer in Canada, so we're not exactly using it right now. But
well, it's got to go in for repairs because it has no power steering, and we've got some oil issues, right? But other than that, it'll be ready to go come fall again.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see. A genuine question about your Insta. Why don't you ever go live there? That can be more engaging, I feel. I feel like you're definitely right when it comes to Instagram. However, because a majority of our following is on YouTube, and that's where we do some more of our information-based posts, that's why we'll do our live streams here. I feel like it would be fun to do Instagram lives more so on a lighthearted note, not necessarily like walkthroughs or anything like that.
Yeah. Fun Car Friday.
Yeah, Fun Car Fridays, that kind of thing.
That'd be good.
Connor Gross would like to know, who is that, by the way? I've never heard of that person before.
Connor's my son, as Gabby's Annabella's daughter.
Yeah,
and
they don't
Charlotte.
know Annabella. She would never be on camera.
Annabella's our controller. She's an amazing person.
But she won't be on camera.
She won't be on camera, and obviously Charlotte is Pat's daughter.
Yep. So the question was, when will Brantford Kia hold a track day when anyone can come hang out and meet the team?
That's a great idea.
I feel like I've presented this to you guys before, and I didn't get greeted with that. That's a great idea.
Well, it comes down to cost too, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, this is a dealership, and when it costs you $5,000 or $10,000 to have a track day,
I think it's worth.
Okay, we don't have the marketing budget or the media budget for that stuff.
Let's see. I'm just gonna scroll up a little bit.
What do you got?
Not info based on Insta, just a general chat session. Maybe add some long-term followers to the live for a minute or two. I think that would be fun, actually. Yeah. I'll present it to Charlotte, and I think that is something we could probably implement for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see. Maserborn said, yeah, the majority of the audience is here on YouTube. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get Kia Canada and Hyundai Canada to pitch in. I don't think that would work because this is just what I think. We are a Kia Hyundai YouTube channel because we have those dealerships, but I don't think Kia and Hyundai corporate would want to work together for a track day. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
They're not going to both pitch in.
Well, it's the same thing when we talk about.
Unless if they're watching this and they want to, by all means.
Yeah, of course, but Kia doesn't want to seem biased, and neither is Hyundai to one dealership being us.
Yeah.
So we want to give the information to everyone, and.
But also, I don't see Hyundai wanting to sponsor an event that Kia is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, there's that. Let's see. Some silly comments, silly questions.
We like the silly comments.
Oh, we love the silly comments.
Yeah.
Back to the plow truck, though. So, does it run?
Oh yeah, I moved it around.
Are we sure?
Yeah, I moved it around.
My favorite thing about the plow truck is the fact that it barely works, but there's no power steering. So trying to move it literally maybe just 10 feet on the lot, it's an arm workout. It is so hard to do. Or bringing it into the bay that one day we filmed it, I can't tell you how sore I was after 5 seconds of driving that vehicle. But sweet ride, sweet machine.
It plows. I'm happy it does, and it doesn't cost us any money to plow, so that's the best part.
Creative K said, I have an important car question. If I buy a Sorento Forte and a Sonata, can I ask Gabby and Teddy to dinner for my birthday in August? No strings.
Sure you can. I don't know if she'll show up, but you should ask Gabby and Charlotte to dinner together.
How high is the Nero floor? Does it do good in Canadian winter in the snow? So the Nero, it's higher than most of our sedans, I will say. So I've been driving a Forte in the winter for a while now. I've had no issues unless if it's extremely deep snow. You probably shouldn't be driving anyway. But yeah, no complaints with the Nero in the snow. Definitely recommend snow tires though.
Yes.
And in some provinces it's actually mandatory to have snows. But the clearance on that vehicle is not too low to the point where you'd be getting stuck. Let's see. Does Gibby sell cars?
Gibby?
On occasion, yes. Well, do you want to buy one? Now, with all of our videos, we always put links in our description where you can get in contact with us. If you are looking for a vehicle, whether it's a Kia or a Hyundai, we'll direct you to the corresponding dealership. But yeah, I could sell you a car. Absolutely.
Yep, Gabby is. That's
if you're in
how she
Ontario,
started.
Canada.
Yes, in Ontario. Gabby, that's how she started her career here.
When will we see the K4? Connor, I'm so glad you asked this. So we're actually posting a video tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time going over the specs and the trims for the Kia K4 in Canada. Now, there's no pricing released for them, but all the powertrain information, trim information, what you get in each trim, and wheels and colors will all be there. We can expect them probably later in the fall, I would say.
We ordered 4 of them today.
Okay.
So if I say 3 to 6 months, I'm probably pretty safe. It'll be in the last quarter of this year when they arrive. Yep.
Okay, so soon. Now, I will say there's also going to be a hatchback for the K4. I was told by one of our friends at Kia Canada that the hatchback will come much later. So similar to the new Sorento, how the gas Sorentos came earlier and they came as 2024 models, but the hybrids came as 2025s. It'll probably be the same suit. So I think we'll get 2025 K4 and then maybe 2026 or a very late 2025 K4 hatchback.
Yep.
And when it comes to the specs and trims that I'm releasing tomorrow, the hatchback is not mentioned in any of those. It's just for the sedan model. Let's see. When is Kia bringing out the electric truck? I kind of have some bad news about the electric truck. So, sorry, I'm just going to turn actually, it's probably fine without the lights on.
That's all right.
So I was also told by one of our reps, and maybe they're not telling me maybe they were just telling me this to throw me off so I don't share it on YouTube. But either way, I'm going to share it on YouTube. So apparently we're not getting a truck for the North American market.
Correct.
And it'll be for, Australia. And
Australia is
they like their utes. What can I say?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Over here, I think it would be so cool. I would absolutely love that vehicle, but maybe it just doesn't make the most sense for us over here, right?
A lot of competition.
Lots of competition.
That's the issue.
But I would absolutely love to see it, especially even the gas, like the Tasman. I think that is such a cool looking vehicle. I would drive that as my personal vehicle. I would consider it for sure. Would you drive it, Tim?
No,
Why?
It's too little.
Anyway, okay. Connor has aged in the last week.
Yeah, yeah.
When will you do a review of the 2025 Kia K4 GT line? We absolutely will as soon as we get them. In the meantime, we just have the info on them, so
Yeah.
you guys are gonna have to
Well, we did
settle with that for a bit.
we did the New York Auto Show one.
Yeah, so that was a pre-production model.
Yeah.
Charlotte wasn't able to actually go inside it,
Yeah,
but we did get a first look at it.
yeah.
Okay, so Martha, I will scroll up. I'm just going to quickly answer Alan's question. And also, Alan, thank you for the super chat. What's the current process for ordering a Kia EV5? So we can certainly take deposits on the vehicle to get your name on the list, but when it comes to actual models, nothing's been released yet. And of course, for pricing, we also don't have pricing. But it at least gets you in the line, so you're ahead of the game. I also don't know if Kia Canada will do another one of those online ordering processes that they did with the EV9 and the EV6.
I would think so.
Yeah, I would
Makes
think
sense.
so too.
They like doing it, and we've already taken a couple deposits.
But
Obviously,
typically, yeah, they'll let dealers do their own orders first. So if dealers have been gathering a wait list, they'll let them input some of those. And then, of course, you could try your luck on the Kia Canada online ordering portal.
correct.
And select a dealership. If you want to select Burnford Kia, we'd be very happy to be your local dealer.
Postal code and dealership.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna scroll back up. You miss 100% of the 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. So Martha wants to know if he can send over his CV. He's looking for a finance role and a visa arrangement.
Send it over. We've got 3 stores, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you see the questions, Tim?
Nope.
Okay, good.
I need my glasses.
Okay.
Connor keeps.
Connor keeps commenting. Connor, don't you have work to do?
Dude.
What's the car behind you? It is a Kia Sportage plug-in hybrid.
Customers waited 2 years for this car,
Yep.
so that's the fun part.
Just wanted to say I supported your drag runs on the track for the Ioniq 5N. Nice job, Charlotte. Smelt your dust. Are dealers still doing the $500 deposit? Yes, so we do. We don't do anything with the $1,000 deposit anymore, do we?
No. We have the $500 deposit.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if something happens, just so everyone's aware of this, a bill of sale is only good for 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
So after 90 days, it's really null and void. So some of these cars, it comes down to if the dealership wants to give you your deposit back, we always give people their deposit back. So if something changes in their lifestyle or something happens, we don't have that issue here. So.
Maserborn said, I think a truck would match perfectly with Kia's branding, better than Hyundai's.
Oh, the Santa Cruz?
I won't lie. I think
Yeah.
it would work really well. I think especially if it's similar to the Telluride. I already consider the Telluride very truck-like in appearance. It's very luxurious, but the drive, especially compared to the Palisade, I always feel a little bit more truck-like in the Telluride. So good. Oh, I would love it. I would absolutely love it.
I agree.
We got asked if the Hyundai will make the Sonata N. So we do have the N line, which is going to have the increased horsepower in the 8-speed dual clutch. I don't know if we'd get a full N for it, but I would be game for it. I would love that. Just don't know if we exactly have the market for that right now.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
How many people in your dealership drive battery electric vehicles? Okay, so we actually have quite a few. This is just for our Kia store specifically. So Pat drives an EV6 GT. We have Andrea, our finance manager.
She's a Pack 2.
Yeah, she drives an EV6 as well. We have Garth, our used car
Pack 1.
manager. He drives an EV6.
Yep.
My mom, it's not a full EV. She drives a Surround hybrid, so, but I'd consider that in the EV world.
Sure it is, yeah.
Who else works here?
We have about 40 employees, so they drive anything and everything from obviously Hondas to Fords to pickup trucks to
But I will say, these are their
older and
personal
newer
vehicles.
cars. These are personal
vehicles
cars.
that they purchase, not demos.
We don't have demos
Yeah.
at the dealership. It's actually because of Gabi.
Hey, I don't have a demo. TRD RAV4 said the employee deals on EV6s must be good. So they actually bought these when the EV6s just came out. So there was no deals.
Well, just so you're aware, EV6 was so rare that employees at Kia Canada were not allowed to drive them or buy them.
It's
because the dealership took first
yeah.
rights. Yeah.
There was a point where EV6 orders were 2 years.
Yep. Well,
That's what we'd quote people, 2 years.
Well, we sold, in 7 weeks, we sold 116 of them. And we had a large amount on order. Some of these people canceled and they went to different models. But the nice part is we have some that you can actually buy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So availability is definitely better now.
much better.
How's the availability of the Nero compared to the Sportage PHEV? So availability of the Nero will depend based off if you're looking at hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or EV. But regardless, it's going to be better than the Sportage PHEV. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
very much so. Sorrento and
Sportage
Sportage.
PHEV is quite literally our worst availability.
What did we
car.
get, 5 last year?
Yeah,
If that?
it's absolutely insane.
And we sold like 40 of them?
Yeah,
So.
it's hard because it's such a popular vehicle and it makes so much sense for so many people, so they want it, but we're getting none of them.
Correct.
So, good times. Good.
Built
good
out of
times.
Korea, and unfortunately it's a world market car, and we just have to wait our turn.
Can you tell me how much the Ioniq 5N costs? I want to know. So it's close to the $80,000 mark.
Oh.
I believe it's priced at $78,999 Canadian. Let me fact check that actually. Just
Did you find out how much the tire and rim was? Gabby had a little bit of a problem at the racetrack, or
Not at the racetrack. It was
going
actually
home
right in front of my house.
and
So me and Tim were talking about how I've literally never damaged a company vehicle. Not a dent, not a
No,
chip
I
in the
have.
Windshield. Tim has wiped out more cars than I can count.
Pat and I
And I'm not
share-
talking about like a little dent. I'm
Yeah.
talking about wiped out.
yes, yeah. So we've had some bad things happen.
And
to
this
Pat
is only
and I.
the time I've been working here, so about 4 years.
Oh yeah, that's
right?
right. Yeah. So
So we were talking about this last Friday, and then this past weekend, my street is very, very narrow. So there's a car coming down the street, there's vehicles parked on one side, and I'm in front of my house like this, waiting. I see a car coming down, so I try to move over to let them through. And I hear a little crunch. I wanted to cry. I scraped the rim on the Ioniq 5N.
yeah. So we
And-
need a new tire and a rim on an Ioniq 5 that is our partner's car.
I'm not happy about it. Anyway, now I can't get back to our live,
Okay.
so I can't see the questions anymore. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah. So that's what happens at the dealership in real life.
And yeah, we spent the entire day before racing the vehicle, like
No problems.
so much fun, no problems at all.
Yep.
And then yeah,
Nice and easy.
do you sell the vehicle as dealer demo after that? So it's going to be sold as a dealer demo anyway because it's owned by the owner
It's
of
been
our
registered.
dealership.
Yeah. This is registered under Brantford
and there's
Hyundai.
mileage on it, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you pay for the repair as an employee, or are those demo cars fully insured? I haven't paid yet.
She will pay.
Did you pay for your damages?
Of course I did.
Did you?
Of course
No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
Let's see. Will the Seltos get a refresh for the 2026 model year? Hybrid expected? So for hybrid, I want to say it's coming, but I don't have anything official, so just ignore that from me. I do expect a refresh for the 2026 model year. A lot of people were asking about a Full Comfort 2025. That's not the case. We're just going to get the same thing, minus that Valais green exterior color.
Most of the time they run a model year, so Seltos came out in 2021. They normally run it for 5 years.
Yep.
They'll do some facelifts in between that, but the platform, the car itself, to actually make the manufacturer pay off the investment is normally a 5-year turn.
Let's see. How long are we at for time? We're at 19 minutes, so we should probably end this off shortly.
Yeah.
I answered quite a few of the actual car questions. Brian said, they say most incidents/accidents occur within close distance to your home, so perhaps your guard was down. It would, yeah, it was. Will the venue be a carryover model in 2025? So I've heard no news regarding the venue, so I'm going to assume yes, it will be a carryover model.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's been nothing changed to the venue since its release.
It's selling well. It's a good entry-level vehicle.
Yeah, we need a
and
car like that in our lineup, absolutely.
It would help, yeah. It'd help Kia if we had that, so, yeah.
What's the best Kia or Hyundai car for the snow? So I think I mean, I've driven, a lot of people argue you need all-wheel drive, you need 4x4, you need this. I think what you really need is winter tires and a brain.
Some common sense.
Some common sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Seltos is great in the snow.
Yeah.
And the all-wheel drives. You know, when we have the chance to test them when there's lots of snow here or moving the lot, every one of the Kia models, whether it's a front-wheel drive Soul, all-wheel drive Seltos, Sorento,
Yeah.
they're all good in the snow. Even the rear-wheel drive EV6.
Yeah. Well,
Don't
that
have
was
any
our
issues
test drive
driving.
car,
Our
right?
test drive car. I drove it home a couple times, and I live on some back roads, and it's no issue at all.
You haven't answered my question about Tim's Autobahn adventure. Let me go back to find that.
What? No, that's my wife's Autobahn adventure.
Turbo Tim, what was your Autobahn top speed running in the R8? I remember you saying that you filmed that top speed run, right?
That was my wife because she worked for a company, and this was one of her trips. So she drove an R8 V10 Spider, and we have video of it with the president of LGM, Adam Hill. And my wife is 5 feet tall, and we always talked about how fast she could go. And it was 285K an hour, and she probably could have hit 300K an hour if people would have got over. When, you know, it flashed to pass, and the Autobahn is 3 lanes wide. Yeah, we have real video of that.
Oh boy. What's the trajectory you see for financing interest rates over the next 1 to 2 years?
It's starting to soften. Obviously, saw Bank of Canada rates drop to 4.5. So the manufacturers will watch that very closely. Obviously, you've seen General Motors, Dodge. They've had their trucks drop down to 0% for 60 months, but they're not selling. You know, hey, the market is the market. That's called subvented rates, where the manufacturer is paying the interest rate buy down. So when you have 100 trucks on your lot and they're not turning, you've got to do something about it, and that's why. Kia doesn't have that problem. Hyundai doesn't have that problem. So our rates, even with loyalty and stuff, are still coming down. We're just doing a Sportage deal right now that's 4.99 interest rate, which is a little bit better, obviously because they have loyalty and they're driving a 14 Sorento now. So we will see interest rates drop. Obviously, everyone's watching mortgage rates. Hey, we go with, we watch the rates that we buy houses at and people buy cars at. But yeah, if a dealership or a manufacturer has a lot of cars on the lot, they've got to do something about it, and that's subvented interest rates.
What vehicle does Brantford Kia sell the most? I'd say the Seltos.
Seltos has become our volume car. It used to be Forte. It used to be Rio and Forte were our volume cars 8-10 years ago. And Seltos has turned into our volume because it comes in a number of trims and models. So you start off with an LX front-wheel drive, LX all-wheel drive, EX, EX Premium. Now we have SX, and now we have X-Line as well. So
Pretty cool.
it's pretty cool because you can get into them for 25 and up. Yeah. So
Brave Boy also said, we were talking about this earlier, that's why I'm bringing it up. General Motors just released the new Corvette ZR1 or ZR1 if you're in America.
Yep, we saw it.
1,064 horse from a V8. Oh my goodness, guys, that is the Kirkland signature Ferrari. I would love to be able to drive a car like that.
We've driven some high horsepower. We had a Z06 here that Pat scared himself in. It was a 7-speed. And we just delivered a C8 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So yeah, it'd be an amazing car to drive, even a Z06 this year, but next year, the 2025.
Can we buy one of those for the dealership? Just to test out. Like, I think that would very much fit the Kia Hyundai channel aesthetic.
It's 200 US, so it'll be 250 Canadian, and you'll probably have to wait 2 years for it, just like the other C8, Z06 for this year.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Oh, should we end off this live stream with answering the question, what is your dream car? I asked you this the other day.
Yeah, we were talking about video and talking about different cars, and you know, for the most bang for your buck, and I've driven this car on the track as well, and we had one here was.
So you've driven your dream car? I've
driven my dream car. It was a Cayman GT4, and performs very well. Everyone says GT3 RS is the car to have, or
GT2 RS.
GT2 RS, the car to have. But this car was so light and balanced, and Porsche guys know that, the balance of stuff. And we had it at the Experience Center in Atlanta, where I got to drive the car, and it just kept going. And it didn't matter how fast you're going around the corners, but when you came back in, the rotors were bright red. So that's a pretty cool thing. And we had the car here as well. So when they talk about club sport, some of the cars you can buy that are the race ready from Porsche, that's essentially, if you've got enough money, you can literally become a race car driver, which I'm not a race car driver.
You can do anything, Tim,
but you can literally order that from the factory in Germany and go racing in Canada next week. What about yours? What's your favorite? What would be your perfect car beside money?
I feel like my dream car changes every week.
Yeah.
I got a dream truck, a dream, anyway.
Yeah.
Do you want to know my latest obsession?
Yeah, sure.
I want a hybrid Tacoma. That is not my dream car, though. Absolutely not.
That'd be a cool truck.
I would love a 959 or a 930 turbo. I want a Widowmaker. I want a car that scares me every single time I drive it.
I've seen both those cars in the Porsche Museum, and they're very cool cars.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
Now, shall we end off today's video?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a different video than what we usually do, but keep in mind, if there's anything we may have missed during today's video, again, please let us know in the comments. We'll be sure to answer it. And as always, we do this video the last Friday of each month. So if you want to see August's monthly recap, find us on the last Friday of August. Tim, any comments you want to comment?
Yeah, just remember that if you have any questions, this is why we do the channel. You know, between all of us, we work in a car dealership. We want to sell you your next car. And hey, if you've had some issues, we want to take care of your service issues as well. And Pat Hart's a great guy to work for, and it's good that we have this team, right?
All right, and make sure you check multiple times before you park your vehicle. All right.
Oh, yes.
Thank you guys.